What's up, Scrappy peeps?
It's Adele
And Aaron.
from Inkie Quill, and I've roped Aaron into doing a voiceover with me today because it's Valentine's Day. Yay!
Woo.
And so today is kind of following on from Saturday's video, so the last video you would have seen, where I did a 12 by 12 layout on a pattern paper background, and it was the first time I've ever done pattern paper backgrounds. You guys have been begging for it for so long, and I finally did it, and I didn't mind it.
Oh, goodness.
So I've decided to do another one today, and I wanted to make a Valentine's Day video, but I wanted to celebrate our friends because I know on Valentine's Day not everyone has a significant other, so I thought today we'd celebrate our pals. And so this is these are photos of my bestie and I, Kaz, and I'm doing another 12 by 12, and it's a pattern paper background.
Ooh, really stepping out.
I am. I think I'm going to, I haven't told you this yet, but
okay.
I think I'm going to start a little gallery wall around the TV.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm
That'd be
thinking
nice.
of doing that, and I put Saturday's layout, which is a layout of Aaron and I on our wedding day, in a frame. It's up. It's already up there.
Looks
it's
good.
Looking at us.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. And I think I might get another frame and put this one on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah, so here
Have a go.
I went to a scrapbook retreat on the weekend, and I taught a class on making DIY embellishments, and I made a ton of
Is that all
embellishments.
them on the right there?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I made a ton
Far
of them using the Cocoa Vanilla More Than Words collection, where I'm guest designing for this month. And so I know I want to use some of those in my layout. Now I'm trying to pick out, I'm doing something a bit different. Well, something the old Inkie Quill used to do a lot, which was matting my cardstock on, well, I used to do it the opposite way. I used to mat white cardstock on a pattern paper background, and here I'm matting pattern paper on a cardstock background. But I have so many pieces of cardstock left over from when I subscribed to Scraptastic, and they used to send, I think it was like 4 or something a month.
Yeah, right.
And I don't use them, so I'm going to try and use them this way.
Use them up a little bit. That's a pretty cool way to try and use like those bits that you don't really use. ATG.
So the ATG, it's out of tape, and I knew it was out of tape because at the retreat I used it until it was out of tape, and then I got really stubborn and didn't want to replace it. And of course, on video, it decided to run out.
What are you doing here?
I'm flipper-flapping the pattern paper.
Is that the
It's a technical term.
technical term for it?
Yeah, they have. It's definitely a technical term. Flipper-flapping the paper, and you got to say it in that kind of. To be sure. Flippy-flapping.
You got to go up at least an octave.
You do,
Otherwise,
definitely.
it just doesn't count.
Definitely. So I think this is the only way that I can use pattern paper at the moment.
Cool though.
And
it
it's
looks
just
so cool.
It's smashing some paint on there because it's still a little bit too overwhelming to have all the pattern, and it's just a bit much. And so I have to tone it down somehow. Now, if I was doing this again, I wouldn't attach that white paper and flipper-flapping it to the pink cardstock until after I'd painted, because it did make it a bit ripply.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which is silly. Oh, and I do something really stupid here. I'd try to emboss on a photo and heat gun the photo.
Oh, no. How did that even
Even
go?
Aaron knows that's a bad
How
idea.
did that go?
Yeah, so don't do that, guys.
You
Don't.
obviously needed a bit more sleep that day.
No, well, I made this morning during Archie's nap, and
You were trying
so
to
I was
rush?
rushed.
Yeah.
But you know what I do? I do this every time. When I have a work day, I do really like easy stuff. But when I'm on a time crunch, a deadline, so this was the video for tomorrow, like I did it yesterday for today, I create really complicated things or do things like with paint that require drying. Adele, just do a paper-only layout next time. That'd be great.
You are
future
the
Adele.
sausage.
I am. Silly sausage. So I decide to put tissue paper around one of them. Why? Just cause.
It's cool though, like it creates a
I
cool
felt like
effect.
it needed something, and I didn't want to use the pattern paper because then it would change the look of it.
I thought you were going to use that big case that you saw before with all your bits of paper to just like flatten it out, just to smush it?
No, I was tempted to just throw some navy in there, which I do in the end, but sorry about the lighting here as well.
No, I think it looks good.
No, it just keeps going in and out a little bit.
Right.
I think I have accidentally swapped, because we have a vlog camera and we have a process video camera, and I think I've accidentally swapped them around.
They're both the same sort of camera.
Yes, just different settings. Model. So that's why.
Mm.
So I decided to pull out something I bought at the retreat, which is this Ranger embossing powder. And you'll know if you watch Saturday's video, my embossing powders have died. And so I got a couple of new ones at the retreat. I think I will post a haul video on the goodies that I got in the next couple of weeks. Okay. But I decided to use this navy.
What is this stencil that you're
using? It's a stamp.
Here?
It's from the Cocoa Vanilla Words collection. And why I even embossed on a freaking doily. Like, it's not. It's,
like quadruple embossing.
Yeah. It's just not going to work.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like little petal flower
petally
things.
Flower cluster.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I do something really fun to it. I think I've rediscovered my love for embossing powder.
You used to emboss all the time.
I did. Do you know, I first started, before I started scrapbooking, I used to do Stampin' Up classes. We doing card making, I did some with your mum. Do you remember that?
Yep, I do remember that.
And then I did some with Courtney, one of my besties. And I bought too much stuff.
It hasn't gone too funky there on the picture,
the
or
photo.
Is it in a minute?
Yeah, it's not set. It doesn't set on the photo.
Yeah, right.
It's like a bit. And then there was a big patch that I missed because it's a 3D object that I'm stamping on top of and not a flat surface. But I used to love embossing. I think what I used to emboss on stuff before I really got into scrapbooking. Do you know what turned me off embossing?
What?
Embossing like 55 wedding invitations.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That will do it.
Yeah, it was enough. It was enough. And that's where the embossing powder's from. So I got a few new ones though, and I got something that's so fun. I don't even know if I've showed you. I don't think I have.
Yeah, I don't think you've shown me anything from your retreat.
Now, this is really fun to do. If you emboss stamped images that have an open space, the embossing powder creates like a ridge. So you can watercolor inside it and not worry about going outside the lines because it's got its own 3D outline.
It's cool. It's like a little dam of watercolor.
It is. It's like a little watercolor dam. I did go over the outlines, so don't do that. But I decided this was the way that I was going to tie in a little bit of red because we're both wearing red lippy and Karen's got on her red glasses. And I know pink and red... It's a long-standing history of not friendship between those colours.
Not friendship.
Anti-friendship. But I love pink and red together. I really, really do. So now I'm trying to think of a title, and I decided to just go with a very, very generic Valentine's title of Love You. And when I was recording the voiceover for this, I saw that I have a layout that I did recently called I Love You, and then another one recently called Love You. So I had to make sure I had the same one. Those titles, they're original, aren't they? So I'm currently fighting with the adhesive because I wanted to try and leave the backing on there to work out where to put it. But that didn't work.
That wasn't happening.
No. But when you want the backing to come off, it'll stay on there.
Yeah. And then when you're really trying to leave it on there, it'll just peel straight off.
Yep, that's what
Murphy's Law.
That's what we had. So I'm just sticking those down, and I kind of tuck it under the doily, and I knew that I wanted to use this embellishment to cover up the dodgy embossing that I had done because something needed to be done because there was half a flower missing, and it kind of looked like some sort of fungus growing on my friend's shoulder.
Can I get everyone in the comments to truthfully answer, if Adele hadn't pointed it out, would you have noticed at all? Because I know for sure I wouldn't have.
Yeah, but you don't notice.
And that's why I'm asking the unbiased, peeps in the audience, because they would notice, possibly.
And this was my fuel for this morning. I ate 20 of them. They were left over from the retreat.
Left over from the retreat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
By the way, little shameless self-plug. If you like DIY embellishments, I have quite a few videos over on my Patreon where I make them, and some of those videos go for an hour long of me chatting away, making some things. Patreon peeps, if you're watching this now, your printables are hopefully going up tomorrow. I've just got to finish making them today, but they will be going up tomorrow, and they are pretty. They're very pretty ones. They're not all lovey-dovey, don't worry, but they're pretty. It's a nice colour combo.
Dare I say you've outdone yourself once again?
No, don't go that far. January was pushing it.
Every month, Adele creates these amazing printables, and we're like,
stop it.
We're like, every month, it's like, how are you going to top this next month? And it's always,
I don't know if I've topped
do.
January. January was my favourite by far.
Fair enough.
I made monthly cards with little doodle
quite
wreaths.
cool.
Oh, that was so fun. So here I had this big empty pink space. I tried to put an embellishment there and it looked silly. So I decided to just do a little quote, and it says, "Find your tribe and love them hard," because
that's really cute.
It's nice when you find someone that's as strange as you are and you decide that you want to be joined as friends for life.
Yeah.
Friendship is a weird concept when you think about it. It's like, I like you, human. I'm going to pick you and we can be human friends together forever. It's a strange thing.
It is a strange thing, but it's nice when you find someone
nice.
who, especially really good friends like Karen, where you can go a few weeks without talking, and then when you
we have gone
pick
a
it
couple
up,
of months without talking, I think.
Yeah, like when you do talk though, it's like you were chatting yesterday.
Yes.
So
very much so.
Yeah.
So I'm just sticking some things down here. I decided to take off a sticker from the sticker sheet, and then it just needed something. So I say to you guys, just go with your gut. But I couldn't.
You're all over the shop with that one.
I am, but it needed something somewhere. And I was going to go back actually and put in some little gold hearts because Archie woke up at the end, but apparently I didn't. I'm using some of the delicious enamel hearts from Cocoa Vanilla, and I'm going to have to hit up Zoe for some more because they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they look really, really nice. They've got a really nice pastel colour to them. It's like you don't see that particular
shade.
Yeah, shade.
She asked, she was telling me that her buyers wanted small enamel dots. They were sick of big ones. So that's why she put these together.
Ah, very nice.
So doing a bit of hide and shine. Shake your heart to shine.
Shake your heart to shine. You got a little bit of hand in there. Just a smidgen.
Yeah, just a smidge. I think at this point was when Archie was starting to grumble. He either wakes up really dramatically and it's waterworks and it's just like, I need a human to assist me now.
I am awake.
Yeah, hear me roar.
Come and get me.
Or he kind of just does these little murmurs like, do I have to get out of bed now?
Maybe I can tell myself a story and I might go back to sleep.
Yeah, but it was starting to get to the point where I was trying to hurry along so that I could get the layout done.
That's a really cool effect, doing that little outline on the...
Thanks.
That's all right.
Thanks.
On the actual thing.
I just felt that it was looking a bit plain. And I don't want to do too many tiny details on this because it is going to be in a frame on a wall and kind of far away from your eyeballs to see anything. But yeah, now here it needed something black just to tie in the title. And this one is word crazy. There are words going everywhere. But luckily I like that. And I was tempted, if my sewing machine was behaving itself, then I would have sewed around the edges as well. And I may have done a doodly border if I wanted to, but I didn't. But yeah, here's the finished layout.
Fingers.
But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. And here's a little close-up view I really like the 3D butterfly because
Yeah.
that'll sit up in the box really well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so thanks for
Looks
watching
really good.
today, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because it really does help out my channel so that other people can find it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.